I guess the first thing to do is give you a quick synopsis and open up for questions. I think, you know, speaking of the past game, obviously we challenge the guys to, we have a standard, we try to play to that standard, we try to improve on the little things each and every week, but it all starts with the three things that we talked about for a long time. It starts with that we want to be a great effort team, we want to be physically and mentally tough, and we want to tackle well. And all those things were very evident in last night's game, but we'd also challenged them that we wanted to, we've been a good defense, but it was, at some point in time, you got to take the next step and go from good to really good to be, you know, play like an elite defense. They took that challenge very seriously, I think, and what they did is, outside of a couple of plays, they really did a good job of doing the first priority we had in the game, which was to, you know, people say stop the run. That's a little bit of a cliche. I don't know that anybody's ever, you know, just completely, every now and then it happens where it's negative yards, but it's very, 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 very rare. But obviously they've got 2 or 3 or 4 of the most dynamic tailbacks in this conference, which makes them 2 or 3 or 4 of the best tailbacks in the country. They've run the ball very proficiently against other teams and very good teams. But I think the thing that happened was we had really good run fits. We had guys did their job. They owned their part, their piece of real estate. If they had the B gap, they played in the B gap. And then we had some good secondary and linebacker support fitting in to where their fits were. Our fits were really good versus the run game. Then the other thing is Dontavius Russell and Marlon Davidson and Derek Brown really did a very, very good job. There's numerous plays in there where they had their gap owned, cleared their gap, and they physically wiped across the block and made a play. So I think it starts and ends, like I've always said, with the guys up front, Nick Cole, Jeff Holland, Andrew Williams, Derek Brown, Marlon Davidson, Dontavius Russell. Those guys on tape last night knew their job and did their job, and it made it really easy for the back end to fit it on the run. And in terms of the synopsis of the game, you know, the first drive was not like what we wanted, but it was not any state of panic or anything. They hit, credit to them, I think they hit a 38-yarder on 3rd down, and it was a good play. We had good coverage, it was a good throw, good play. And the very next play, they hit a 28-yarder in which we just made a mental error. Uncharacteristic mental error, but it was a mental error, so we gave them that. And it wasn't anything, they still hadn't run the ball yet on us, and so we just got them over and calmed down. It's more of anything else than just getting guys calmed down, because they were probably a little bit too wired up. Not a little bit, they were. And we just had to tone it down a little bit and get back to focusing on doing your job, which they did that. The rest of the game, the run game, you know, was basically what it is, 46 yards against one of the best rush offenses in the country. They were before the game, and they still are today. That's just who they are. We had great play by the defensive line that helped us affect that. In the pass game, you know, when it was really in balance, I think probably the only thing that they missed a throw where they had the flea flicker where they handed it to the running back, and for obvious reasons, everybody in the town of Auburn that lives here attacked the run on that play, including our 2 safeties, and the guy was behind him. He missed the throw, so that's when you know you're living right. And then the next time they tried it, we got a sack. So, and they made a few plays in the pass game, and we gave them a few plays in the pass game, being overzealous toward the run game. So, you know, we got to work on that with our eye control. But proud of the guys. They stepped up to the challenge. They answered the challenge, and we've got to build on this and go forward.